Going an inch wide and a mile deep in marketing is what we're going to be talking through today in healthcare. But before we do that, please do like and subscribe. It helps us to reach more people and to create a bigger impact, my friends. And before we get any further into today, just getting over the flu, so if I'm a little bit croaky, please bear with me on 2 times speed. It's fine. I'll just sound like a chipmunk anyway. Now, in healthcare, and the reason that I wanted to bring this up today is I've been sitting down having strategy sessions around marketing, specifically in Google Ads, with a lot of clinic owners recently. And a common theme that I'm seeing, something that's popping up again and again in these conversations, is people talking about, well, I would like to try and target as many people as possible. Let's go as general. We want to cast the net wide so that we make sure that we get something. I don't want to be too specific. I don't want to rule people out. Okay. All of these sorts of things. And the overarching thing here is rather than going, let's go after this client avatar, this specific person, this specific problem, what we're looking at doing or what they're wanting to do is go, let's just try and get anyone in. Let's literally just put it out there and say, hey, if you're a physio, like for a physio clinic, if you're in pain, we can help you. Okay. But the problem with that is now imagine this. Okay. Imagine this scenario. I have shoulder pain. I have a really, really specific painful shoulder. And when I lift my arm up like this, I'm getting a sharp pain about here. Okay. If you're a physio, you're seeing what I'm doing there, right? Now, and if you're not a physio, just play along and do this with your own profession. Okay. Now, if I see two ads pop up, let's say whether it's social media, whether it's Google, there's two ads popping up. Now, the first one basically says, if you're in pain with physios, we can help you. Okay, fantastic. I'm in pain. They can help me. Great. Now, the second ad really specifically says, if you have pain in the front of your shoulder, when you lift your arm up to the side and there's a click or something like that, really specific, we can help you. Okay, if I look at these two ads, I'm much more likely to click on the latter. Much more likely. Now, even if I looked at those and this was $100 for the appointment, this was 150, I'm still probably more likely to go with the more expensive option because I feel like they can solve my problem. I feel like they specifically can help my problem. Okay, now they may be running 30 different ads, all aimed at different parts of the body, right? Specifically talking to that. But what happens is when we read things or when we see things or where we hear things, things that aren't relevant to us just become noise. And we just kind of filter those out. I may have seen 6 other ads that day that talked about different body parts and different things, and I just completely ignored it. It wasn't relevant to me. But when I saw the one that was specifically talking to me, really specifically resonated with me, and I felt like they understood me, they understood my problem. I was like, damn, well, these guys, they must be able to help me. They know what's wrong with my shoulder. And I haven't even told them anything yet. Okay, so it's being incredibly specific. And we call that going an inch wide and a mile deep. Okay, now when you're thinking about your marketing messaging, think about who are your ideal client avatars. Just right now, pick out your top ideal client avatar. Who is it that you really, really want to get in your clinic? And think about what is the number one problem they have that they're aware of, and how can you solve that for them? And then how can you articulate that problem better than they can? Because you've seen this come in. I guarantee you've seen this problem come in 1,000 times, 10,000 times, whatever it may be. We've seen this so many times. You know the language that they're going to use. You know the types of sentences they're going to say. You know what they're going to say it feels like, or the issues that they say that they're facing. Jot all those things down and be as specific as possible and in the language that your clients, your ideal clients, tend to use, because this is going to become your best marketing messaging. And there's a quote by Wyatt Woodsmall that says, when you can articulate a person's problem better than they can, they unconsciously and automatically credit you knowing the solution. And consider this, in healthcare, most people don't know what the best solution is for them. Okay. A lot of people, if they hurt their back, they just assume the best solution would be opioid-based pain medication, right? Wrong. Of course, we know that's wrong, right? But most people just don't know what the best solution is. And so by marketing our solution to people as well, we kind of miss the mark. Because if they don't know what the best solution is and they see your marketing messaging and it's about the solution, unless they're educated enough about that specific area to know that that is the best solution, it's unlikely they're going to choose that. They're going to go with what makes the most sense to them. And then at the same time, consider this. What if you were to just articulate, like I did before, the person's problem better than they can? You can go to much, much more depth than I did, but articulate that person's problem better than they can. And let's use the shoulder example again. Now, most people with shoulder pain will get told that they have shoulder bursitis. Okay, whether it's the bursa or not, whatever. Whether the bursa being inflamed or enlarged is actually a positive or negative response, right? Let's leave that to the side for now. But they're typically going to get told that they have shoulder bursitis. Now, what happens when they go to their GP? Shoulder bursitis. Let's get you a little cortisone injection, and maybe it works for a while, maybe it doesn't. Okay, we know there's, it's kind of just throwing darts, right? And so maybe they go back and they have another one, and then after that, they then try something else. Maybe they try massage or whatever it may be. But we can understand the typical things that they might do, or the typical pattern they might follow. And you can build that into your ad. Have you tried this? And then it got a little bit better and then it got worse again. Have you tried this again? And then it got a little bit better, but then it got worse again. Okay. And you can actually talk through that story that they've been through. And so that person really feels like you're talking to them on a deep emotional level. You're connecting with them. You understand them. Now, if you understand them that well and you've never even met them, you don't even know who they are, you must have a pretty good understanding of the problem that they have, and therefore a pretty good understanding how to solve that problem. And you can see here in this example, we're really going a mile deep. We're really looking at how can we connect with this person? How can we talk about the story? How can we understand what they're going through and show them that we understand? Because when you think of what it is that makes a really good healthcare professional, and in that first 10 to 15 minutes of any initial assessment, it's the ability to listen. It's the ability to connect. And, I remember when I was a new grad and I wasn't a great listener and I wanted to tell people all of the answers straight away and, correct them, jump in, whatever it may be. And as you get better and better, you see those really great therapists, those people who can listen and connect really well in that first 10 to 15 minutes. And that's what we're trying to do here in our marketing messaging. And if you take that same mindset that you as a great practitioner have in the clinic and you apply that to your marketing is going to go from here to here, my friends. And that is the key message for today is think about in your marketing messaging, whether it's Google ads, Facebook ads, Instagram, flyers, whatever it may be. Okay. Think about what is the messaging that we're using? Are we being specific enough so that the right person, the ideal client avatar reading that is going to feel moved to make a decision? They're going to feel moved to understand that we can help them and that we're the right people to help them. All right, my friends, I'd love to know in the comments below, what has been your experience with this? Are you someone who has gone an inch wide and a mile deep and it's been successful? Has it not been successful? Do try and go very general. Has that worked for you? All right. There's always going to be exceptions to the rule. And I guarantee there's someone out there going, well, Pete, I cast the net wide and I get a lot coming in. Fantastic. Keep doing that. If what you're doing is working, disregard what I say. But my friends, I hope this helps you and I'll see you in the next lesson. Don't forget to like and subscribe.